Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Rust Guy here with me, your host, BioLazer. Now, before this video even gets started, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell button to be notified whenever I post another video. In today's guy, we're going to be talking about scrap. Now, scrap is the money in Rust. A lot of people don't know this, but there's many ways for you to get scrap, and there's many ways for you to make your scrap help you get more scrap, if that makes any sense. On today's video or guide, I will be talking about briefly, shortly, telling you how to get scrap or the best ways to get scrap. In other words, now you could basically find scrap anywhere. You could even come down to the monuments right here, like you see right there. I just found scrap. If I hit these little barrels right here, I'm going to get, a bear and, of course, scrap. You know, the blue barrels are not really going to give you scrap, but the brown ones will. Oh, no, actually, they do give you scrap. Never mind. So, as you can see, barrels are going to give you scrap. What can I tell you? These, actual, like, looting things are going to give you scrap. You're going to be able to find these things around, like, if you walk around this way and on the road, if you follow the roads mostly, you're gonna find scrap. If you loot, your regular loot, you're gonna find scrap. There's scrap everywhere. There's even scrap in the water. If you come over here and you head out and you find one of these, the little boats, and you head out into the water, and I believe I show this in one of the guys. If you see right here, you're even gonna see like the little barrels, and these barrels are gonna give you scrap. Okay, as well as regular oil and stuff like that. This is the best way I suggested everybody. I'm gonna be making a video on the boats and stuff like that, but this is for me at least, for you to avoid PvP, kind of going in the water, become a pirate, and you're gonna be able to harvest a lot of these things and finding tons of scrap in the water. Another place that you could find scrap, or I guess you could say you can make your scrap, make you more scrap, is actually abandoned camp. If you come down to abandoned camp and you come to the boat and you head up, as you could hear right now, the wheel is going off. If you head up this way, you're gonna see this bad boy right here. Now, if you take a seat, you could take a seat anywhere. There's many, many, many chairs. We're gonna take a seat right here. I will just turn around here, and then you see how there's a countdown. I could put my scrap anywhere. So obviously, if I put it in 1, it's gonna double, and if I put it in 3, if I put it in 5, anywhere I put this here, my scrap is gonna double. But it all depends on the actual thing that it lands on. As you can see, there is many ones. There is not a lot of, compared to the ones. There's not that many 3s or 5s or even 10s or even 20. There's only 120. And there's 2 10s. I believe there's only 4 5s. And you get the point. So we're going to have a seat right here. It's using my scrap. Let's see if I win. If I were to win, it's going to double my scrap. What a lot of people like to do is that they like to put a little bit of everything here. So let's see. Boom, it landed in 1. So you know what that means? That means it doubles. So now I got 16. And now I could always put something like, I could put something here and I put something there. Now, if it doesn't land of where I want it to land, obviously I'm going to lose all my scraps. So this is more of a gambling tool, I would say. I mean, here you can make it or break it. You can honestly make tons of scrap, or you could lose all your scrap. If you come to the back, there's even little slot machines that you could just kind of sit on. You could deposit how much scrap you want. It only takes 2 to spin. That means I could spin 8 times. You see, I'm just going to be spinning right here. And it even tells you the guide on top. If you get 3 of scraps, you're going to get 20 scraps. If you get 3 woods, you're going to get 60 scrap, and then so on. And then I'm just going to keep, once again, this is a gambling tool. You're going to be gambling away your scrap. Right there, I won. So, I could just go right here. I could go right there and then be like, oh, look, I want to scrap and I want to pull away my scrap. Boom. I'm out of here. So, in Bandit Camp, there's a gambling tool. If you want to come in here and just, pass the time, screw around, things like that, that's up to you. You could always do that. Other places that you're going to be able to get scrap from is going to be by doing monuments, which, if you guys don't know, I have right here. I'm gonna link it right here. I have monument highlights, and I also have green cars and blue cars. Monuments that you're gonna be looking forward to doing. You're gonna get lots of scrap as well as items, as well as higher tier 2 loot, and as well as higher tier, specific guns and things like that. But just go to those guys if you want to see how to do monuments and the monument highlights. Now you might be wondering, why do I need all this scrap for? Like, why do I need this? If this is the currency, what can I exchange it for? Well, it is very simple. You could even do it right here on little old, oh my god, this guy's in the way, on little old bandit camp. Please guys, fair warning, do not shoot those guys. They will destroy your entire life. Do not do it. If I could jump up here. Oh, yes, it's going to let me. If you come up to any of the vendors that you see right here, they would actually exchange the scrap for other things. So, for example, this vendor, he's selling me seeds, corn seeds. He's selling me shotgun rounds. He's selling me food, and he's selling me pickles. Oh, pickles. And stuff like that. 5 scrap, 10 scraps, and this is the currency right here. If I go to another one around here, he's gonna have different things, and you get the point. There's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of different vendors. You could always exchange from them if you so like to. If it lets me up here, nope. All right, give me a second. Jesus Christ! All right, there you go. Now we're here. This vendor is gonna buy. I'm gonna be able to buy a salvage sleeves. Honestly, I wouldn't even purchase this. You could find them at like regular monument sites. Lockers, this you might look forward to doing this. I usually end up buying the tuna cans because it gets very dark at night and I need to see inside my base. So I usually end up buying these. But I don't suggest for you to buy these. You could actually just find them in the wilderness. But you get the point. You're gonna find this, and you could even see what you're gonna find, so you don't have to go around the entire thing. If you look at the map and you put your actual mouse over it. I mean, obviously, when you're playing on Xbox, you're gonna have to put the little pointer over it. It tells you right there how much it is, and it even tells you how much scrap there is. You could do the drop box, you could do other things like the tuna, and then right here you're gonna find the guns. Now you're gonna be like, what guns? Where? You're gonna find guns right here too. You're just gonna have to come up to the guy and you talk to him. This one has key cards. So you don't have to directly go find the specific monument for the keycard. You could just skip the monument and then just buy the keycard if you have the scrap already. You could even go as far as to buy a helicopter. Now, if you talk to the vendors right here, boom, the vendor says, I would like a helicopter. And he's going to tell you, sure, man, which one do you like? A mini helicopter or a transport helicopter? If I go mini helicopter, he's going to be like, sure, that's going to be 750 scrap. Now, obviously, I could actually get the helicopters or things like that from the wilderness. You could find them. They'll be broken. You just have to repair them. But I could also buy them from here, Now, just for the video, I'm going to buy the helicopter. That way you guys can see it. I'll probably crash it, knowing my luck. So then, boom. Let's say I buy it. Once I buy it, I say thanks, exit. And I'm like, dude, where's my helicopter? Oh, boom, it's right there. Now, remember, if you got a helicopter, remember to bring fuel with you. They're going to supply you with some fuel, but you always want to bring extra fuel with you. Once you jump on it, you could just, you could just start the helicopter. It's going to be very easy. I suggest, just be very careful. When it comes to the helicopter, it could be very, very confusing. Oh, boy, you see? Oh, there you go. As you can see, I'm not the best flying helicopter, so just be very careful with that. I would say practice with the ones that you find in the wilderness and not with the ones you're buying, because, that was 750 scraps right there I just wasted. So, yeah, yikes. Be careful with that. Now, this is another vendor in the bandit cap. It's called a weapons vendor. As you can see, he's going to supply you with all these types of guns. Now, I believe besides the grenade, a lot of these guns, you're not going to be able to learn them in regards to the blueprint system. And I'll show you right now what I mean by that. Now, just a quick thing. If you guys didn't know, you could actually even get scrap from things like components. So if you come over to the actual, refinery and you were to put these things and you turn this on. I am currently right now in the outpost. If you see over here, I'm in the outpost. You could actually have 3 refineries right here. It used to only be 1. The 3 refineries here, you could always see if you refine these type of I would say these are co-components. You could actually get scrap out of these things. That was just a tip for you guys to know as well. You know, look, boom, we just got some more scrap out of it. So obviously when you're doing monuments, you're gonna want to keep all those things. You don't have to always break down the components, but it's up to you. Honestly, I would do it because scrap is something you're gonna need early game. This is another thing. You could use scrap to buy actual things. So like, let's say you got a lot of, I don't know, metal sheets, and you're not really using the metal sheets, you know, so you're gonna start breaking them down to come buy gears, because you're gonna need gears in order to make things like garage doors and stuff like that. If you come over here, if you're lacking on resources, you could even exchange the scrap for things like that. So you don't even have to go farm low grade fuel. You just have to farm scrap, come over here, get yourself, you know, buy yourself 50 low grade fuel. And then once you buy yourself some 50 low grade fuel, you already have enough low grade fuel in order to craft a furnace. And you don't even have to, you know, deal with that. Yeah, trying to like farm for the furnace, low grade fuel. You could also come over here in case you're getting very unlucky and you're not finding any weapons doing monuments. You could actually buy the weapons right here. You could buy a revolver, a double barrel, things like that. Another thing that you could buy right here, if you're really getting unlucky as well, you could actually buy clothing right here. Clothing is going to help you when it comes to the environment, as well as you could buy right here the regular tools like the hatchet, pickaxe, or even the jackhammer, or the actual chainsaw. If you guys haven't seen or checked out my video when it comes to resources, make go to check it out. I will put it right on the upper right hand corner right there. And trust me, you're gonna want to look at that. Like, it's gonna tell you what a wonderful thing and how cheap it is to actually invest on a jackhammer there if you haven't found one in the wild. And then lastly, right here, you're gonna be able to buy yourself a large furnace or small low grade or a small oil refinery, I should say. If you guys haven't seen my guide as well, another plug right here, I know, and my smelting guide, make sure to go check it out, and you're gonna see why this is sometime maybe worth it. 350. I don't think this is worth it. Maybe this one will be a little bit more worth it. One of the things that you might be saying is like, okay, cool. Now I know I could buy stuff, so that's basically what I need for the you know, scrap for, just to buy stuff and everything. Not necessarily. You could actually use scrap to learn items like blueprints. Now you might be wondering, it was like, well, how do I do that? It is very easy. I will show you right now. So let's say I went over there and I bought myself a shotgun, right? Okay, so let's say I bought myself a couple of guns, right? I won't be able to like buy the water pipe. The water pipe is something actually I just kind of find along the way. But as you see right here, the only things you really start out with, you don't start off with the double barrel actually. I just kind of learned it right now. But you start off with, you know, being able to craft a crossbow, being able to craft a yoka, being able to craft a compound bow, regular bow. You get the point. You could actually even craft a nail gun, and then, you know, you just craft after that a bunch of nails, which they're only 8 metal fragments each. And this thing is a really good gun. And all you need to do is be around a level work 1 bench. Now, we'll talk about more about crafting when we get to the crafting guide. I'll be making a crafting guide in the future. If it's already out, you'll see it right here in the upper right hand corner. Now, you're going to come with whatever item you want to learn. You could even learn things like this. You could learn anything you want. You could even learn bullets. You can only learn one at a time, obviously, so I have to, you know, split the stack. Whenever you learn something, since I already know how to make these bullets, I cannot learn them. But whenever you learn how to make something, just know that that item is gonna get destroyed. So you have a choice. You could either use the item or destroy it to learn it to craft it for future purposes. Now, some people just go and use the guns that they bought. I would suggest for you, if you have enough scrap, just to come here and learn it. So I cannot learn the shotgun because I already have the shotgun, but I could always just put begin research and then give that blueprint to a friend of mine if I already have it. So just for all intents and purposes, we're going to learn the little gun. It only costs me 75 to learn it. So now, if you can see, it's going to cost me scrap. So this is another great reason why scrap is such an important key to this game. Once you learn it, you're going to grab this thing and then you're going to hit it and you're going to click boom, learn blueprint. Now I have the gun right here and I could actually craft it right here. It only takes one metal pipe, cloth, and then metal fragments, and I need to be near a level work 1 bench. Now you're going to be saying, it's like, well, you know, what about the level work 1 bench? Do I need to, how do I get one and start that? Well, if you're really poor and you're running low on scrap, you could just come here. There's a level 1 workbench. It even says the buff at the bottom right. I'm near 1. So I could actually craft this thing right here. If I had the items, I could just craft them. And it's going to be easy for me. Now, let's say you don't want to keep coming back to outposts. You just want to have a worker's bench in your base. It's going to be easy as well. You're just going to go here. You're going to go to construction. Sorry, not construction, items. And you're just going to see right here, 1 worker's bench. A level 1 is going to cost me 50 scrap only, 500 wood, and 100 metal fragments. Now, as you progress to the game, there's going to be specific things that you're going to need in order for you to there's going to be specific things you've learned when you find blueprints along the way that are going to take a worker's bench level 2. For example, would be my garage door, which is a beautiful thing if you're trying to defend your base. I need a level 2 worker's bench. So how do I know I gotta do that? Now I gotta build the level 2 worker's bench. It's gonna cost me 500 scrap to make one. When it comes to the worker's bench, you cannot pick these things up, you know? And then the level 3, obviously 1,200. So you see, it gets more expensive the more it is. You could actually even build the research table back at home. You're just going to need 20 scrap and 200 metal if you don't want to keep coming down here to learn the blueprints and things like that. I honestly do it here because it's right next to the to the refinery. So, like, why the hell? Oh, sorry, the recycler. Why did I say refinery? Right next to the recycler. So you could just get scrap here. You learn you could just learn whatever it is you're gonna learn and stuff like that. One thing that you guys need to know, you could always have that at your base, but if you're doing this, and you could actually, I believe I already said this, but if you guys didn't know, you could just get the blueprint. You could bring it back home with you. Toss the blueprint off to your friend. Your friend would just pick it up, and then, he could just himself learn it. If you already learned the blueprint, it will not allow you to learn it. It's going to say you already know this item. You can't learn it. So you see right here, it says new. This is why I told you that the the water pipe is so cheap. It only 75 metal and 150 wood. Honestly, at point blank, you're gonna be able to like just kill somebody with that thing. Now remember, whenever you learn a gun, always learn the bullet as well. Because if you don't, then what's the point of having a gun without any, bullets with it? Now, this has been a quick guide when it comes to the scrap game, how to gain scrap, and what do you even use scrap for. So, guys, if you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and make sure to hit that notification bell button to be notified whenever I post another video. This is just beginners, guys. I don't want to go too into detail and confuse people. So if you guys already know and you kind of know about this and everything, don't be like, oh, you forgot this and that. I know there's a lot more to it, but I don't want to confuse people with going too much into detail. Obviously, those guides will come in the future. A little bit more, I guess you could say, detail when it comes down to that. But other than that, guys, this has been your host, BioLazer. I am one of the members of the Boyfriend Squad. That is consisted of Jade Monkey from Jade Monkey channel, Razor2 from Razor2 channel, and me, BioLazer. You can always find all our channel links down in the description down below. Without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys next time.